If you can't find a job right now, it's probably because a lot of the jobs that you're applying to don't even exist. But why would a real company post a fake job? Here's two more reasons. Hi, hello, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Kevin, and I've applied to 2,455 jobs, and I'm still looking. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you're having a hard time finding a job too. In this current job market, it's almost impossible to get a job unless you actually know somebody in the company. Applicant tracking software gets in the way. There's some scammers out there. And the worst part is that a lot of these real companies are posting jobs that don't even exist. I've already covered a couple of the reasons why companies would post a job that never even existed in the first place because it benefits them for a variety of reasons. Today, I'm discussing two more of those reasons, but also put a link up top for some of the other videos towards the end. First reason I'm going to talk about is that the department that's posting the job wants to maintain their budget cap. So here's an explanation of what that means that I'm hoping is going to be easy to follow. Now, let's say that you manage a department, and in that department, you have 10 team members, and each one of those team members makes $100,000 a year from the company. So you have a budget of $1 million, 10 employees, $100,000 a year, $1 million. Now, let's say during the course of this past year, one of your employees has left to go on to greener pastures or has retired or decided to start their own business or left for whatever reason. So now you have 9 people doing the job of 10 people, but because of technological advances with software, artificial intelligence, or even automation that's been set up to do some of the work, you've been able to do the work of 10 people with 9 people for the last, 8 or 9 months. Now, whenever the time comes for them to reassess how much the budget is going to be for employees for your department, if you're able to do the work of 10 people with 9 people, they're going to cut your budget and they're going to reallocate that extra $100,000 to somewhere else within the company. A lot of people who run departments, managers, directors, they don't want to see their budget cut. I mean, who wants to have less money available to do whatever they need to do, right? So what they'll do is they'll say, well, I mean, we've been getting by with 9 people, but we really need 10 people. See here, look, I got this job posting up, right? And now I'm trying to bring in a 10th person because we have to get a 10th person in here in order to do the job that the department really needs to do. So that job posting will stay active until the deadline for the budget cap for that department has been assessed. Once they've already assessed it and they say, okay, well, you have 9 people, but you're looking for a 10th, so we'll leave your budget at $1 million. Then they can come back and say, oh, phew, I kept my money, but I don't really need this person, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete this posting and just we'll tell HR or recruiting or whoever that we're going to put a hold on this for now. That contributes in part to some of these jobs that you're seeing posted online. Now, this is one that you don't see as often as some of the other ones, but it doesn't mean that it's not out there, and it doesn't make it okay that these people are posting these jobs. But that is one reason that they will post a job that doesn't exist, that they have no intention of hiring for, because it gets them money in the short term. The second reason I want to discuss, I like to call a unicorn posting. So I've talked to a couple different recruiters at different companies that have admitted to doing this. What they will do is they will have an idea for what this perfect candidate looks like with a very odd combination of skill sets and experiences. And if they happen to come across this person, then they will create the position and they will hire for them. But even though they don't have a job requisition cut, even though they don't have a time to hire attached to the position, they'll go ahead and write this position and just put it out there into the world, hoping that the right person comes by and sees it. And this will be something with a really weird set of skills. Like, let's say somebody who has an electronics engineering background, knows how to work with fiberglass to build things, who has experience flying a drone or a private drone license, who also has a business background and 35 plus years in Cletus's marketing software or something else that you've never heard of. But then they also want to take that person who has this really eclectic skill set and they want to pay that person not very much money, even though this is a perfect candidate for them for this job that they have, which could be building military drones and negotiating the contract or whatever with the skill set that I just mentioned. Even though it's impossible virtually impossible for them to find someone with all those skill sets who is just this absolute unicorn. They don't want to pay them what they're worth. So if they could pay somebody, 300,000 a year, someone who had a couple of those skill sets would go out and find the other ones and then come in and do it. But they don't want to have that salary to give to that person. They want a whole lot, but they don't want to give up very much to get it. So they'll have this unicorn posting saying that they want all the skill set, but then they'll offer $60,000 a year, which relatively isn't that much if you have that kind of experience and that kind of skill set. So what that will do is it will deter people who have that skill set, who want that $300,000 salary. It will keep them from applying because they don't want to apply to a job that only pays $60,000 if they're worth $300K. And then eventually, hopefully, maybe if all the stars align, they'll come across someone who can do the work that they want done for the price that they're willing to pay. And once somebody applies to that and then they go through and they vet it, if they even look at it, if they do see it, who knows? But whenever that person does apply and they decide, well, we need that person now, then they will go back and retroactively create that job requisition, and they will create a time to hire, and they will start interviewing for that position. But every application that they receive up until that point, and you could have 70% of the qualifications or 80%, and they don't care because they're looking for the unicorn who has 100% and is willing to take that pay cut. So every application that they get is just wasted time from every person who has applied to that position. And these things will get a couple thousand applications a week. That's a lot of wasted man hours on applying to a position that they don't really even want to hire you for. And then I'm going to throw in a bonus one. This is one that I just found out about a couple days ago. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. This was sent to me by one of my best friends. He saw this on Reddit and immediately thought of me and sent it to me, and it blew my mind. So here, I'm going to go ahead and put the graphic up. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and read this to you off my phone. So I'm looking down while I'm reading this. The poster says, "This is the first time I've encountered this." And the email to this person who applied for this job says, "Good afternoon. I hope this email finds you well. You recently applied to our entry-level customer service position. We here at company appreciate your interest in this position. However, we are not actively hiring for this position. Rather, just seeing if the position was desirable. Boo this man! We appreciate the time and efforts, blah, blah, blah." So they're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're saying the quiet part out loud. They're saying, hey, we're not actually hiring for this. This is a fake job posting. We just wanted to see if people might be interested in doing this. How brazen that they are just admitting that they're defrauding people. This is your time. This is my time. Every application I submit, it takes, 10, 15 minutes to massage my resume to submit it. And I'm sure it does the same for you. And if I'm applying to, 4 of these a day, that's an hour of my time. I could be out driving Uber making, $30, or I could be assembling furniture for IKEA through TaskRabbit making, $45 or whatever. That's money out of my pocket for me to apply to these jobs that they have no intention of hiring for. And they don't even care. This is how little these people care about you. This is the whole reason I want to do this podcast, is so that you're aware of what you're up against. Nobody cares. At any point, they could fail to see the value in you. That's why we work for ourselves. That's why we move forward. That's why we start doing gig work for ourselves. That's why we create a business. Go do landscaping. It's getting to be summer. Go do landscaping. Go do pressure washing. There's a ton of businesses that you can start. Just do something on your own, because when it comes down to it, people who run a company, they can let you go at any moment. They have no loyalty to you. And if you do have a job, if you are gainfully employed, I applaud you, but don't take that money and go out drinking on the weekends. Don't, go buy a car that you don't really need or can't afford. Don't go on vacations, because that money is not going to come back. You can't sell a vacation and get your money back. You can on a car, but take that money and invest it. If you want to invest in stocks, securities, whatever, do that. If you want to start a business, do that. I started a business recently on Turo, which is like Airbnb for cars. So I have one car on there right now. It's starting to grow. I'll do some updates on that. I might make some videos about it. I don't know. I'm trying to make that a bigger thing so that it's less concern for me to have to apply for jobs. Anyway, there's a ton of options out there, but don't let a job be the only thing that you do, because the bottom line is they don't care about you, and they're not even hiding it anymore. So that's 3 more reasons why companies are posting fake jobs and how it benefits them. Please subscribe for more updates and for more information on this. If you're having a hard time finding a job and you want to make some money in the interim, there's links down in the description to use my code to sign up for TaskRabbit, to sign up for Uber. It's a great way to make money. I do more networking doing Uber than I do on LinkedIn or anything else. But just like that, we're moving forward to the next episode, and I'll see you there.